I want to say, first of all, in the name of myself and my institution, Turkish Employment Agency, normally, because of the limitations, our moderator didn't want us to present some information about our institution. Most of you know about our institution, but there is one issue that I want to underline here, especially after 2000, there has been a huge increase in the provision of several activities like unemployment insurance, the content and the number of vocational training courses. And maybe one of the important change that we need to underline is the change of number of job and vocational counselors. Before the recruitment of these colleagues, the number of our staff was around 3,000. Now we serve with 8,000 staff. And as all you know, we were selected as the, in all presentations, our colleagues mentioned about opportunities and challenges or the importance of PES for the solving or trying to solve this issue. In this sense, in Turkey, we have 81 provinces and we have a unit in each provinces. You see the number of staff, and also we have nearly 3,000 service points with under the protocol that we signed with several stakeholders. Normally, I should mention the services that we provide within education and labor market relation, but first of all, I want to give a general overview about Syrian issue. Since the beginning of the problem, Turkey has been implementing open gate policy, as all you know, and till the beginning of this year, 2.7 million Syrians are now in Turkey. And when we add other people or refugees from Iraq, Afghanistan, this number increases to 3 million. And nearly 10% reside in the camps and 90% is out of camps. So we need to create, before trying to provide some programs, we need to determine a reach strategy, because as they are out of these camps, they are scattered all over Turkey, but most of them reside near the border areas. When we analyze the money spent so far, Turkey has spent more than 10 billion US dollar, and maybe it is important to underline that the international donation was very low compared to the amount that we have spent so far. And these are the numbers or the statistics that show the number of Syrians under temporary protection. I just want to give one example from our province. There is a small province here, and the name of this province is Kilis, and the native population is around 90,000, and the number of refugees is 120,000, more than the native population. So how acute the problem is in Turkey. When we analyze the demographic structure, we see that they are nearly close, 53% to 47%. As all mentioned in other presentations, if we can use the right instruments or channels, the population is young. But one of the biggest obstacles that we face right now is nearly more than 30% is illiterate. So we need to find alternative solutions to engage these people into labor market. And if we accept university graduates as white collar, the ratio is just 2%. So that means we have a long way to go. Before giving about planned activities, you also see the age differentiation. In order to systematize the activities, there has been a coordination mechanism under the control of Prime Ministry. This understanding, as all you know, is similar to 3RP understanding of United Nations. There are 6 working groups. One of them is missing here, unfortunately. Humanitarian assistance, education, social support and cohesion, municipal infrastructure, labor force, and economy. Here, maybe it is important to underline the difference between education and labor force, or the difference of tasks between these two working groups. Education working group is responsible for the provision of formal training, or is called in other presentations second or third chance schools. Will be organized or planned by this working group. The coordinator of this working group is İŞKUR, and the aim is, normally, you know, there is a process ongoing between EU, Germany, and Turkey for the planning of travels, or to put it under control. And in that sense, the objective of that working group is increasing the employability of Syrians under temporary protection by forming or by creating their first profiling is the must, and then the provision of active labor market policies, and also delivering trainings to improve their entrepreneurship. As all you know, we need to support both demand side and supply side to get the best results from these activities. And in that sense, we have prepared a very detailed action plan to solve these problems. My colleague maybe will share the all presentation, but I just want to focus on the issues related to vocational training and entrepreneurship training. Then I want to finish my presentation. As I said, we don't know the exact profile or the structure of Syrian refugees in our country. So, and maybe I need to mention about assumptions that we have. As I said, there are 2.7 million Syrians, and we assume that at least 1.5 million of this population will enter the labor market. And so that means if we can finalize the especially ongoing process with EU and other international units, we want to start projects for the profiling of these refugees. And secondly, the important activity that we need to provide is providing counseling and support of on seeking employment. Under the heading of the provision of ALMPs, we plan to implement for 3 years' time 100,000 vocational training courses, 100,000 on-the-job training programs, and also 30,000 entrepreneurship trainings. And also there will be other activities. But as all you know, and as all mentioned today, although there are some cultural similarities compared to European countries, we have different language, so they have a language barrier. So the provision of technical language courses also will be one of the keystones or milestones of our activities. Maybe it might be a good example to share with our colleagues. We just wanted to integrate, we will try to teach technical terms concerning the related occupation, so they will develop both their language capacity. At the same time, it will be a preparation for the planned vocational training. So we might hit 2 birds with 1 stone. And again, another issue that we want to develop is entrepreneurship activities. Again, not as the profiling, but we need to assess the entrepreneurship potential of our Syrian friends. So after this evaluation, we will provide entrepreneurship training, and in line with these, we will try to implement with several NGOs entrepreneurship grants and other kind of activities. As I said, my first presentation was a little bit wider, but after sharing our ideas, and these are there are some activities for the capacity building of our institution and other related institutions. Again, informal employment is an important issue normally. Maybe I should mention about this. At the beginning of this year, work permit has been started to be given to our Syrian refugees, of course with some limitations. If you have some further questions about this issue, I will be glad to answer. Thank you very much for your attention.